Hey everybody, Zach First Night here, back with another Movie Memories Monday. I think this is 123. I'm pretty much losing track altogether. I'm actually off work today, so it's all my hair is kind of like all messed up. But this one's going to be for a classic. I'm surprised I've never talked about. I've talked on it on like some unboxing videos for a DVD. Then I think, or unboxing video, singular, and then the Jonah Movie Memories Monday. But I haven't done it on the actual specials in general. But I'm going to save the Christmas one until Christmas time. So I do have that one up there, the toy that said Christmas. This is obviously based off VeggieTales. Now these are the classic specials that I grew up with. Not all, and I don't think any of these are the ones I actually physically had growing up, except for maybe the toy that saved Christmas. I think that's the one I've had since I was younger. I could be wrong, but I possibly could have found that one at a Goodwill. I can't remember now. But I've seen all of them, well, okay, all of them up until the point where the company sold the rights to, I think it was Universal, or some other company, I can't remember which, but they took out God of the equation of the original meaning of the show, which, back then, that was what the show was praised for, is that it was teaching people about Jesus, the reason for, well, one, existing, and two, for kids to learn about Jesus at a young age, which, other than church, is a great way to learn about Jesus. These specials are really good. Now, I wouldn't say the newer ones are any good. I haven't seen any of the new ones, because I know they've been rebooted at least 2 or 3 other times, and now that they are backed by the original owner, to my knowledge, I'm not sure if they're as good as they once were back then. For the sake of, I'm not sure how truly accurate as they are to what they were back then to following God, in comparison to what they are back then. Back then, they focused more on Jesus, a lot more often. I definitely, after the original creators left the scene of the original VeggieTales, and came back to it, the newer ones just don't seem quite biblically correct in comparison to what they were back then. Nowadays, it just seems like they're kind of doing more of their own thing, which is not right in my personal opinion, because that's how it was founded on. But I'm going to talk about the classics, the ones that I grew up with anyway. The ones I remember the most is without a doubt Madame Blueberry. Now, I watched this one countless times when I was younger, and this is one of the tapes where it is green. So I'm not sure how close this is or how well you can see this on camera. So I'm trying to remember where it was on camera. I think it was roughly around here. I'm going to try to get this in focus if I can. I'm really not sure if this is in focus or not. But Madame Blueberry is just about this blueberry character. She was, very sad. It's a very funny episode. It's probably one of my favorites. Larry was hilarious in this, and the lesson in this one's called Thankfulness. And even though it's, let's see. Why so blue? Because Madame Blueberry wants more stuff. Sure, she has everything that she needs, good friends, plenty of food, and a nice treehouse to live in. But some of her friends have a lot more. Pretty much, it just says, let your kids spend a little time with Madame Blueberry and the rest of the VeggieTales, as they'll learn that being greedy makes you grumpy, but a thankful heart is a happy heart. But they also don't really put it on here as much as they used to. God wants us to be thankful for what we have, because God has seen it, never will I leave you, never will I forsake you, Hebrews 13:5. My favorite verse is, God will never leave you nor forsake you, but at the same time, it also says, be grateful for what you have. And that's pretty much what it is. Be grateful. It's a really great special. I really like this one. Honestly, it's best to find them on VHS instead of DVD or recent releases, because it seems like they just jumble it in with the modern stuff. If you can find it on the original VHS tapes, fine. It's the way to watch it, in my personal opinion, especially with the ads beforehand and afterwards. A lot more fun back then. Yes, the quality, sound quality is not the greatest, neither is the picture. I don't care about being 4K Ultra when it comes to movies and specials. I can watch them on this kind of quality at any time. It doesn't bother me the slightest. You can find them for fairly cheap online. I don't think they're really worth that much. I'm not even sure even if new. I'm going to have to get myself a new Jonah movie. Speaking of which, I don't know where to put it. Oh, it's behind one of my Leonardo figures. Completely forgot to put it out. But yeah, this special is really good. It's very, very nice. It's not my absolute favorite, but it is definitely great. Then another one, King George and the Ducky, was definitely another really good one. And a lesson about selfishness. I cannot speak. But in the real story, and the real meaning behind this one is that he actually, to my knowledge, successfully took out the king took out the guy who put him in front of the army to gain his wife. That was based off of what it's about in the Bible, but they for some reason changed it. Since it's a kid version, they didn't make him lose his life like they did in the Bible. But it is a good special, very fun. I really like this one. This is probably one of my better ones in terms of the animation. I think that was probably top of their some of their best animation besides the original releases. And then we got probably one of the most iconic ones besides the original and Larry Boy, Rack, Shack, and Benny. And now 2 copies of this because I accidentally found one at a thrift store. Now I got 2, but one with the sleeve and one without the sleeve. And pretty much this one is a lesson about handling peer pressure. Talking about like how we should stand up to pretty much don't give in to peer pressure. Don't listen to anyone just because they think they're right or just because anyone else will think they're right. That God knows what's best for us, and that's what this is for. Stand with God, and God will stand with you, is what it's about. This special is really good. It's worth the watch. I believe this one has 2 versions of the song, The Bunny. So I can't remember. I think this is the one that has the original release of the song. I could be wrong. I don't know. This looks like a re-release. This version of it anyway. Can't tell. But yeah, it was a good special. I've also seen the reanimated version of some of it because it's not made by the original creators for the reanimated one. I've seen someone like a fan project, and it was nice, but I guess I'll just stick with the classic though. Like I said, find them on VHS if you can. They're the best way to watch them. And then another good one, which is Esther. I recently rewatched this, I think this year, maybe. Let's see, this one's about courage. So just like in the Bible, Esther, was sent to be married to this king, and there's a lot of people trying to overthrow the king, and she stepped in and helped him with God's help, and she was spared, and because yeah, if I'm correct, yes, I think that's correct on that. My brain's kind of failing because I'm pretty darn tired, and yeah. I think that's pretty much it. It's a really good special. It's I thought it was like a longer special than this one. I think it's 36 minutes. I thought it was longer for some reason growing up. I remember when this one was releasing, it was like brand new. Obviously we got the toy that saved Christmas, about the real meaning of Christmas. I'm not sure if I've ever done a Movie Memories Monday on that one, but someday I'm going to save that for that. Then we got the Larry Boys specials, and I thought I had another one. I didn't bring it with me. But it's on the shelf. It doesn't have a case anyway. But it's Where's God When I'm Scared? That's the original special. Talking about like how Junior sees this Frankenstein movie on TV, and he forgot, voiced by a girl, but it's a boy character. Junior is terrified of the monster coming and out of his closet, to scare him, and pretty much shows that he was like an actor. It just shows that. That God's always there, even when you're scared, and He's bigger than anything that you can ever that can come to you or come across to you, or be in your way, anyways. God is much stronger than anything, so He can handle any kind of fear that you have. That's pretty much what that special is about. There's so many other specials that I don't even have on tape. I have a decent amount, and also definitely recommend seeing all the silly songs with Larry. Those things are very good classics. I'm trying to remember if there's any others that I just don't have offhand that I cannot remember. I cannot remember offhand, but there are so many good specials. You can watch them and find them very, very cheap. They're not worth that much on eBay, to my knowledge, for tape versions. DVD versions are out there, but they're not easy to find, and they don't come with only the classics from the original all the way up to the time when they sold them. Those are the times, in my opinion, to watch them. I don't recommend anything after that, really. That includes the Jonah movies, the only good one after that. But tell me what you comments below, what you guys and girls think about this video. What do you think of VeggieTales in general? Which one of your specials are your favorite? It's hard for me to tell which one's my favorite. I'd say Mountain Blueberry, Rack Shack, and then also King George. Then I'd also say definitely the toy that saved Christmas as well. See you guys next time, and God bless.